Today, we're diving straight into a fascinating piece of source material that details a truly massive update that dropped on August 25th, 2026. We are talking about a groundbreaking integration between Anthropic and Ollama. This is essentially a bridge connecting heavy-duty cloud computing right to your private local processing. Let's get right into what this actually means for your daily workflow.
You know, the source material we're looking at doesn't mince words. It literally calls this August 25th update a massive shift, one that fundamentally changes how we run AI on our own computers. If you're someone who uses AI all the time, maybe for coding, writing, or just chewing through complex data, you know exactly how disjointed the whole ecosystem can feel sometimes. Well, this update is presented as the ultimate fix to that fragmentation. It's not just some minor patch, it is a complete paradigm shift bringing free, open-source AI directly into a premium interface.
Okay, so before we talk about the solution, we kind of have to understand the friction first. Think about traditional cloud AI, your standard web-based large language models. They give us incredible power, sure, but they usually come with expensive subscriptions and mean sending your private data off to remote servers. Local AI, on the other hand, highly secure, completely private, and absolutely free. But historically, running local AI meant dealing with frustrating terminal commands, command line interfaces, and juggling totally separate, clunky apps. It was always this frustrating trade-off, right? Power and ease of use versus absolute privacy.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer. We'll look at the update itself, how you get the best of both worlds, the surprisingly easy 4-step setup, the big privacy question, and finally, why this changes absolutely everything.
All right, let's jump right into the first section and look at what this update actually is. The source material uses a very specific, highly technical term here: third-party gateway provider. I know, it sounds like heavy corporate jargon, but it's actually a beautifully simple concept. Essentially, Claude Desktop has just opened its doors. By configuring Ollama as a third-party gateway provider, Ollama acts like a bridge. It takes those external open-source AI models, whether they're running locally right on your hardware or up in Ollama's cloud, and it routes them directly into the sleek, familiar interface of Claude Desktop. You are literally injecting totally different AI brains into the Claude body. It's awesome.
Moving on, let's talk about how this gives you the best of both worlds.
So the real game changer here is the sheer variety of tools you suddenly have at your fingertips, without ever having to leave the app. According to the source, this integration supports all the major open-source models. We're talking absolute powerhouses like Llama, Qwen, and DeepSeek. You can run these entirely on your own machine or via Ollama's cloud. But here is the actual magic. Let's say you hit a massive coding snag that really requires the heavy lifting of Anthropic's proprietary models. Well, with a single click, you switch right back to the standard Claude models. It's a fully unified environment. You get the privacy and the free cost of open source sitting right alongside the premium horsepower of Claude.
Okay, so how do we actually get this running? Let's check out the setup.
Here's the exact 4-step process, and the best part is there is zero complex coding required. Step 1, just download the Ollama application. Step 2, open Ollama settings menu and find the specific app integration for Claude. Step 3, flip the toggle to on. That is it. That one little toggle handles all the complex gateway routing in the background for you. Step 4, open your Claude Desktop app, and just like that, you'll see a drop-down menu where you can select any of your Ollama models. And hey, if you ever need to go back to your normal setup, just go back and flip that toggle to off. Everything goes right back to normal. It is ridiculously user-friendly.
Next up, we absolutely have to tackle the big privacy question.
Because honestly, this is the essential question, isn't it? If I am running a local open-source model through Ollama, but I'm doing it inside of Anthropic's corporate Claude Desktop app, is my local data still truly safe, or is it quietly being siphoned off to corporate servers? The source material addresses this skepticism head-on, and it gives a very definitive answer.
Looking at the hard facts provided in the source, the answer is a resounding yes. Your data remains entirely safe. There are strict privacy safeguards baked right into this integration. First off, telemetry is disabled by default, so no background usage data is being secretly collected and shipped out. Second, and honestly most importantly, Ollama enforces a strict zero data retention policy. Whether you're using their cloud options or running it locally, absolutely none of your user data is stored. None of it. You are getting that gorgeous premium user interface of Claude, but you are not sacrificing a single ounce of the foundational security that makes local AI so great.
So, to wrap this up, let's zoom out and look at why this changes everything.
Think back to the old way.
You probably had a web browser open for one AI tool, right? Then a totally separate terminal window open running messy command lines for a local model. It was disjointed, it was clunky, and all that constant context switching absolutely killed your productivity. But the new way? It consolidates the whole shebang. Everything is now cleanly housed inside Claude Desktop. No extra hassle. You have Anthropic's cloud models, your private local open models, and Ollama's cloud models, all in one place, with single-click switching. It completely democratizes access to local AI because it wraps it up in a highly accessible professional interface.
So the barrier to entry for private, local AI is completely gone. Poof! And the real question the source material leaves us with is, which model are you going to run first? Are you going to test Llama for some creative writing? Or maybe fire up DeepSeek for a tough coding problem, right inside your Claude app? And think about this. If this is what desktop AI looks like today, what in the world does it mean for the future of expensive cloud subscriptions tomorrow? It's a lot to think about.